Little Miss Bossy by Roger Hendricks. On Monday, little Miss Bossy went for a walk. She met Mr. Noisy. "Where are you going?" he asked. "Mind your own business," she retorted. On Tuesday, she met Mr. Noisy. He was singing, noisily, of course. "Be quiet," she told him. He's going, la la la. On Wednesday, she met Mr. Happy. He was smiling, as usual. "Take that silly smiley off your face," she said. As you can imagine, little Miss Bossy wasn't very popular, to say the least. There's Mr. Smiley. There's Miss Bossy. Now, little did little Miss Bossy realize, but somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Noisy around, and that same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Noisy around, and that same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Happy around. The wizard, whose name incidentally was Wilford, went home thinking. See, there's Wilford. Something really ought to be done about that little Miss Bossy, he thought to himself as he walked along. There's that worm, only he's shallow in this book. When he arrived home, he went straight to his library. He took down a large red book from a bookshelf. It was rather dusty, as it hadn't been read for quite some time. So he has a lot of books, and he's reaching for the red one. Where's that red one? There it is. "Let's see now," he said to himself as he settled into an armchair. He turned to page 304. At the top of the page it said, "How to Stop People from Being Bossy." Wilford, the wizard, read the book page very carefully, shut the book, put it back on the bookshelf, and grinned. A particularly wizard sort of grin. The day after, which was Thursday, little Miss Bossy met somebody who was fast asleep, as usual, Mr. Lacy. "Wake up," she said bossily, and prodded him in the tummy. Look, see, she's poking him in the tummy. "Ouch," protested Mr. Lazy, but behind little Miss Bossy, Wilford, the wizard who had been following her, said something too, under his breath. A wizardly word he'd learned from page 304. And do you know what happened? Suddenly, as if magic, which is true, there appeared a little Miss Bossy's feet in a pair of boots. One minute they weren't there, the next minute they were. Little Miss Bossy looked down in alarm. They were magic boots, and being magic boots, they could speak to each other. "Hello, left," said the right boot. "Hello, right," said the left boot. "Ready?" "When you are," said right. Right said left, and off they went. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Faster and faster, marching poor little Miss Bossy along. Little Miss Bossy couldn't do a thing about it. Mr. Lazy was very amused. "Well done, Wilford," he chuckled. Wilford winked, a wizardly wink. Those boots marched little Miss Bossy for 5 miles. She was exhausted. "Ready, left," said the right boot. "Ready," replied left. "Attention," said right. Said left. And they came to a halt. Little Miss Bossy was quiet, quite out of breath. She tried to take off her boots, but it was impossible. Along came Wilford. "Those," said Wilford, pointing to the boots, "are only for people who are too bossy." "Make them go away at once," cried little Miss Bossy, stamping her foot. Well, at least she tried to stamp her foot, but the boot wouldn't. "We're out of stamps," chuckled Right. Left giggled. "You will do as I say," shouted Miss Bossy. "Ready when you are," said Right. "Right away," replied Left. "March." And off they set again, left to right, left to right, left to right, for 10 miles. And then they stopped again, and along came Wilford. "Make those stupid boots go away," shouted little Miss Bossy. "Only if you say the magic word," replied Wilford. Little Miss Bossy thought and thought and thought again. "Please," she said. "That's better," smiled Wilford, and he said the wizardly word again under his breath from page 304. The boots disappeared as if by magic. "Now then," said Wilford sternly, wagging his finger, "stop being bossy, or you know what will happen." Little Miss Bossy nodded miserably. "Very well," smiled Wilford, and went. And do you know something? From then on, little Miss Bossy was a changed person. No bossy at all. And you know why, don't you? You know what she's afraid of. Didn't want those boots. Those bossy boots. Hope you enjoyed the book.